On October 1, 2025, the world lost one of its most beloved and respected voices for nature and conservation. Dame Jane Goodall, the trailblazing primatologist whose work redefined our understanding of chimpanzees and our own place in the natural world, passed away at the age of 91. Today on Screen Update, we remember her life, her impact, and the legacy she leaves behind. Early life and the call of Africa. Jane Goodall was born Valerie Jane Morris Goodall on April 3, 1934, in London, England. Her childhood was full of curiosity and a love for animals. Her father gave her a toy chimpanzee named Jubilee, a gift she always cherished, which many say sparked her lifelong passion. She did not follow a traditional academic path. After completing secondary school, she worked various odd jobs, including as a secretary, and in 1957 she traveled to Kenya. There, she met famed paleoanthropologist Louis Leakey, who was impressed with her passion and sense of observation. Leakey believed a fresh mind might yield new insights, and he encouraged her to study primates in the wild. In 1960, at the age of 26, Jane set foot in Gombe National Park in Tanzania, accompanied by her mother, because at the time, authorities would not permit her to enter the region alone. That journey, intended to last 6 months, would become the foundation of a lifetime's work. Revolutionary research in Gombe. In those early years at Gombe, Jane Goodall's approach was unconventional. She named individual chimpanzees, rather than numbering them, and allowed them to live in their natural environment without human interference. Her open, patient, and empathetic approach allowed her to gain a level of trust and insight into chimpanzee social life that had not been achieved before. One of her landmark discoveries came just months into her research. She observed a chimpanzee named David Greybeard using a blade of grass to fish termites out of a mound. This revealed that chimpanzees not only used tools but crafted them, blurring the long-held scientific boundary that only humans make and use tools. Beyond tool use, Goodall documented countless behaviors once thought uniquely human: emotional expression, play, aggression, social bonds, grief, empathy, even war and politics within chimp societies. She showed that chimpanzees are not automatons but individual beings with personalities, relationships, and inner lives. Her work challenged the scientific community's assumptions and forced a reconsideration. We are not separate from the animal kingdom in as many ways as once believed. From scientist to global advocate. As her reputation grew, so too did her sense of responsibility. In 1977, Jane founded the Jane Goodall Institute, with a mission that extended beyond pure research to include conservation, education, and community-centered action. In 1991, she launched Roots and Shoots, a youth program aimed at empowering young people to take action in their communities for animals, people, and the environment. Today, Roots and Shoots operates in nearly 100 countries. As habitat destruction, climate change, and wildlife trade escalated, Goodall shifted her role from field researcher to global advocate. She traveled tirelessly, sometimes up to 300 days a year, delivering talks, meeting policymakers, inspiring communities, and mobilizing support for conservation causes. Even in the COVID-19 pandemic, when large gatherings were impossible, she adapted. She launched a podcast, called Hopecast, from her childhood home in London to continue reaching audiences and spreading her message of hope and action. Throughout her life, her message remained consistent. Small, individual actions matter, and change is possible if people care enough to act. Honors, recognition, and personal moments. Over her lifetime, Jane Goodall received many honors. She was appointed a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire, DBE, in 2004, sometimes spelled 2003 in sources. In 2002, she was named a United Nations Messenger of Peace. In 2021, she received the prestigious Templeton Prize, an award that honors individuals who integrate science and spirituality. And in 2025, Joe Biden awarded her the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States. For a personal glimpse, one of her last interviews included a joyful memory. As she turned 90, she celebrated with a 90-dog salute, a gathering on an off-leash beach where 90 dogs were brought together in her honor. She recalled throwing sticks into the sea, rain stopping, the joy of animals around her. It was just amazing. She was survived by her son, Hugo, and 3 grandchildren. The Jane Goodall Institute announced that she passed from natural causes while on a speaking tour in California, United States. Though some sources cite Los Angeles specifically, tributes poured in worldwide. Scientists, environmentalists, political figures, ordinary citizens. Many expressed gratitude for how she transformed our view of nature and inspired millions. Her death marks the end of an era, yet her influence continues. In animations and culture, her presence lives on. She appeared as herself in The Wild Thornberrys and The Simpsons. Her legacy and what it means today. So, what does Jane Goodall's passing mean for us today? Firstly, a reminder of urgency. The threats she warned about, deforestation, species extinction, climate disruption, are intensifying. Her voice urged us not to wait. The window of change she spoke of is narrowing. Secondly, science and compassion united. She bridged science and emotion. Her work showed that observing the natural world with respect, empathy, and patience can yield profound truths. She modeled how researchers can care deeply for their subjects, rather than remain distant. Thirdly, the power of individual action. Jane insisted that each person matters. Her own life was proof. From naming chimpanzees to founding global institutions, one determined individual made a difference. Fourthly, inspiring the next generation. Through Roots and Shoots and her widespread public presence, she motivated youth and communities worldwide to act, planting trees, protecting habitats, advocating for policies. Her legacy is alive in every young activist working on climate, conservation, or animal welfare. And lastly, a call to sustain her mission. Her departure underscores that we cannot rely on a single messenger. It's up to communities, governments, organizations, and individuals to carry forward her vision. Jane Goodall once said, "Only if we understand, can we care. Only if we care, can we help. Only if we help, shall all be saved." Let us honor her legacy not by mourning what is lost, but by continuing the work she advanced. Let us listen to the voices of nature, act for its protection, and remember, every small effort counts. Thank you for watching Screen Update. If you found this tribute meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe. Let Jane Goodall's life inspire us to make a difference before the window closes.